15 years ago, we didn't do a whole lot of jobs that had stained materials in it. It was all laminate of some sort, and most of our competitors still live in that world. We've migrated and differentiated ourselves from others by the amount of stain and lacquer work that we do. It also allows, I think, for a better price point for a higher end look, because we mix and match laminates in the background with wood fronts. But we use a wood species called clear alder. And clear just means that we don't have a lot of knots in it. And that's another version of alder is a knotty alder. And we can do that as well. But we work primarily with clear alder unless specified and requested by a customer, which gives it more of a rustic look. And I think it's a really cool look. We show that in our showroom, but we tend to do more clear alder presently. We put together what's called a 5-piece door, and that's stiles and rails, which is the perimeter of the door, and then a center panel. And the center panel is a raised panel. It has edging put on it so it fits inside of the stiles and rails. And inside those stiles and rails are little space balls, what we call them, so that the center rail can expand and contract without breaking the door. And that adds to the life of the door, the stability of the door. It allows us to ensure that you're going to have a lifetime of solid product in your home. The next process is to stain. Once it's been sanded to the proper sanding grit, we stain that material. All of our doors, all of the product that we do is hand wiped. The reason that's important is when you spray on stain, which is an application that's done in a lot of other shops, it's more of a painted look. With wiped on stain, we wipe it on and then we wipe it off. After that, we seal it and then we put the lacquer on it. And when the lacquer hits that, the grain of the wood just pops and it looks fabulous. The next important thing is that we use what's called a post-catalyzed lacquer as opposed to a pre-catalyzed lacquer. We used to use pre-catalyzed product. And what that means is the minute you open the can that comes from the store, you have about 30 days to use that. So you can take the lid off, use it, put the lid back on, and reuse it for about 30 days. With post-catalyzed product, the catalyst is added right before the application, and you have about a 24-hour window to use that product. Well, it allows us to put what's called more solids in the lacquer, and the solids are what make the finish durable. I have it in my home, and I was amazed at how hard the finish was. And it's like it doesn't scuff, it doesn't scratch. There are not very many shops here in the Phoenix Valley that have that capability. They're using a pre-catalyzed product. And that means having the equipment that allow us to mix the catalyst with the lacquer at the time of application. And it sets up faster and harder, and you have a much more durable product in the end.